Hello Seekers, welcome to Punneits Astrology, your one-stop astro channel. Now, Mars is well within the sign of Sagittarius. It is in the second pada of Mula Nakshatra. It is out of that Gandanta zone, the difficult zone. And if you observe that Jupiter is also now in direct motion, and Jupiter is now moving positively in the sign of Aries. Now it is after many years, 12 years basically, that Jupiter is now in Aries but free from the effect of Rahu. There is no Guru Chandal Yoga that is being formed in the sign of Aries, and Jupiter is not negative also, Jupiter is not retrograde also. It's a direct motion of Jupiter which is also aspecting Sagittarius, one of the zodiac sign of Jupiter. Therefore, this Jupiter placement is going to give us hope, going to give us positive energy, will give us the new initiatives and new ideas to grow and shape up our future in the positive direction. I have made a detailed ascendant wise analysis for Jupiter transit. You can watch that video. The link will be in the description box below. Now what about Mars? Now see, Mars has crossed the sign of Scorpio, moved into Sagittarius. The moment Mars as a planet goes in Sagittarius, it becomes high on motivation. Why? First of all, with respect to Scorpio, it is second, so it does not have to deal with all the chaos that the Scorpio or the secrets, like not as a spy. But when Mars goes in Sagittarius, this is an energy with a purpose. It's a Martian energy, it's a well-directed strength, but now defined with a higher purpose, which has a higher cause, and which is guided by a proper dharma, your mindset, something that you want to pursue in life. Now you see that Jupiter and Mars are in Parivartana Yoga. What is Parivartan Yoga? When the planets sit in their mutual zodiac sign. Like for example, if Aries has Jupiter, that means Jupiter is ruled in a Mars ruled zodiac. Mars is in Sagittarius, which is a Jupiter ruled zodiac. Take it like this, if there are two friends, A and B, A goes to the house of B, whereas B goes to the house of A. So they are in their mutually each other houses. What will happen? They will make sure that they take care of the house as their own house. Because there is again a threat that if A tries to damage the house of B, B will in return damage the house of A. But if A takes care of the house of B, in obligation, B will take care of the house of A. So it is more like a mutual understanding, a mutual bond, an indirect energy transfer that happens between Jupiter and Mars. On the other hand, Jupiter has a direct impact, direct aspect on Mangal, because Jupiter is aspecting Sagittarius with the 9th aspect. So now Mars is not only motivated but also shares a common goal with the Jupiter. Which means that for all Jupiter and Mars dominated zodiac sign such as Aries, Sagittarius, Scorpio and Pisces, be it your Lagna, be it your moon sign, it becomes very important month where you can achieve higher motivation, where you can elevate your spirit, elevate your mind, elevate your soul, go into a lot of detoxification, start something new, break the long negative patterns in your life and bring something positive out of you. But you will have to work on that. Why? Because Saturn aspects Jupiter, and Saturn is the strength of Mars. Technically explaining, Saturn sits somewhere in the midpoint of Mars and Jupiter, because Mars will see Saturn in the 3rd house from itself. Saturn is in Aquarius. That means to reach Shani, Mars has to travel 3 places. Now you have to understand that when Mars is in Sagittarius and aspected by Jupiter and in under mutual understanding with Jupiter, it will try to go with full flow, with its full strength. But for a planet to work on its own strength, it will try to use the 3rd house. It has to use the physics of the structure. But strength comes from the 3rd house. And what is Mars' 3rd house? Currently, it's Saturn. And because of Saturn being sitting in the strength of Mars, it can create frustration. So maybe you want to do something, you have grand designs, grand plans, but Saturn's practicality or someone's energy trying to block you may frustrate you. The logical way of handling this situation is initiate your plans, but keep a buffer time, buffer window for yourself. If you are going neck to neck, if you are going tight on your budget, if you are too tight on the schedule, you are bound to miss the delivery timelines, you are bound to overshoot the budget, and you will miss the target because Saturn wants you to go slow. Not only that, Saturn will have a third aspect on Jupiter, and Saturn in turn aspects both zodiacs of Mars, Aries and Scorpio. So you can see how the energies are intertwined within each other. Who is the master in these three arrangements? It's Saturn, because if Saturn wants, it can block both Jupiter and Mars, therefore rendering the mutual Parivartan, the grand design, all the high hopes useless. Now Saturn is in Aquarius, which means you need to be with a team. If you are an individual player, this may be a little difficult for you to move faster. And now to move fast, you need to delegate, you need to improvise on yourself. Now who is the spoiler here? The spoiler, even if Saturn favors you, one thing that can spoil everything is Rahu. Because Rahu is in Pisces and it is behaving like Jupiter in the nakshatra of Mercury, so it is providing all the wrong information. And if you see, Rahu is aspected by Mars. All the confusion that Rahu has created, Mars can destroy. But what will happen now is that what Rahu will do is it will make you believe that the wrong decisions that you have taken are actually the right decision. Therefore, you ignoring the guidance of Saturn. Say for example, I want to open a shop, a restaurant, food restaurant. I had this desire from a very long time. Now suddenly things are becoming positive, but I ignored the grand design, I ignored the finances and choked myself. What am I doing? I am ignoring the Saturn's way of doing things. If I would have planned a bit better, maybe things would have delayed a bit, or I would have understood the loopholes. If I understood everything and then I'm opening the shop, good. Otherwise, I may be looking for a setback in the future. This is how you will have to think and plan about your career, about your personal life, about your health. If Rahu makes you believe that what you're doing is right, you need to also see from the basis of lens of dharma, whether this is right, not as per you, but as per the dharma. And dharma means path of righteousness. I'm not talking about religion, I'm talking about dharma. Is it good for you? Plus, is it good for people around you? Plus, is it good for society? Plus, it is good only because you think it is good, or it is a higher good, or it is a general good. That is how you will have to see things. And if you're doing that way, all this energy mix that is happening will help you come out of trauma, suffering, financial issues, health problems, and you will be able to strategize your life and see things in a much better way, because the light is right now shining on us. We should allow Jupiter's, Saturn's third aspect means struggle for knowledge. Seek more wisdom, seek more data, connect with people who are experienced in whatever field you are doing. You have a relationship issue, consult a relationship manager, a psychologist, someone who is experienced. If you have problems in life, consult someone who can deal with the problem, or an astrologer, or your father, your mother, whomsoever you think is little bit experienced and can help you. This is the time when as a community, we have to help each other. Next 40-45 days is a golden opportunity. We should not miss this bus. I did not make this video earlier because then it would not have made any sense. First, you will have to walk into the energy field, and now when you will relate with what you are feeling, not all of us, all of you, but some of you will be easily able to connect that yes, there is certain level of dramatic change that has happened. What Rahu is doing, we all know, we can see what is happening in the world. Since the time Rahu has entered Pisces, natural calamities, we see what has happened in the world. All that is, we can't change that. But what we can change is, if collectively our energy starts shifting on a positive direction, it will affect the world because we all are basically connected. It's one consciousness. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam means not one family. It's not just one family, but it is a family of consciousness. This is the time to work on your health. This is the time to work on your well-being, mental well-being, physical well-being. Now, Mars is going to take the information from Jupiter, try to utilize Saturn, and try to work with Rahu, because Rahu and Mars are in Chaturdashi, 4-10 combination. Now let's take a negative scenario here, that Mars thinks that fighting is the right cause. Then there is a problem, because then Saturn means justice and Mars will think, I am trying to deliver the justice. So you take the justice in your own hand, the worst thing that you can do. So do not do that. Be very mindful in your approach. Know all the laws and regulation, be it you are in business, be it you are in your relationship, what you are saying. Maybe you are showing the justice to your son by giving him some punishment, but maybe that will impact the psychology of the child. Think about that. So if you are knowing the consequences, you are not attached to the fruits. All the teachings of Bhagavad Gita can be well understood at this point of time. So I will also urge everyone to read Bhagavad Gita a lot. This is a very, very unique energy combination that is going on, and it is like a war between Rahu and Mars. Jupiter is there to give you and Saturn is there to stop you. With careful balance, you will be able to steer into the depth of knowledge and find valuable pearls. But you will have to be ready to do a deep dive and face your fears. I hope this helps. We'll meet you in the next video. Till then, namaste.